Good morning, Major General Christian, distinguished guests, university faculty, staff, cadets, family, and friends of Culper Battalion. On behalf of the Hofstra University Army ROTC cadre, I welcome you to the Spring 2021 commissioning ceremony. Today marks a truly significant event in the life of the cadet who will today be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. They have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of excellence as warrior leaders who have answered the call to stand and defend the most sacred value held by American citizens, freedom. Over the past 4 years, they have been trained, tested, and have proven themselves ready to lead soldiers as commissioned officers in today's trying times. In a moment, they will join a long, distinguished line of American military leaders and take their place as standard bearers before the soldiers they are soon to lead. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the commissioning class of 2021 and remain standing for the arrival of the official party consisting of Major General Daniel Christian, Deputy Chief of Staff of the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command, Lieutenant Colonel Bergmaster, Hofstra University Professor of Military Science, and Master Sergeant Robert Vetter, Hofstra University Senior Military Science Instructor, followed by the invocation by Chaplain Mark Getman, the posting of the colors, and singing of the national anthem by our own Cadet Jennifer Montiel. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Mark Getman.
Pray with me, if you will. Almighty Creator, we pause this afternoon, this morning, to ask for your blessings on the women and men of Culper Battalion ROTC commissioning ceremony being held today at the Armored Museum. We thank you for the new insights and knowledge these new officers have gained, for the commitment to lead the way in the cause of freedom, for the dedicated teachers, instructors, NCOs, and mentors who have had the opportunity to instruct and share with them over the past several years. Grant each graduate wisdom to apply themselves to the challenges that lie ahead. May they rise to every occasion to lead with professionalism and honor. Let us recognize the devotion and sacrifices that the cadets have made and will continue to make throughout what we hope will be a long, prosperous, and fulfilling career as commissioned Army officers. Oh Lord, as we honor these newly commissioned officers, our hearts cannot help but wander to the wars that are being waged for the cause of freedom at this very moment. We ask that you guide our leaders in the decisions that they must make on the battlefield and in the planning rooms. We ask for your protection, courage, and watch care for all our deployed comrades, especially those in harm's way at this very moment. Give their families faith and comfort as they watch and pray. Strengthen this class and each of us to meet every challenge and every threat that waits to confront us. Let us unite as one today in celebration and recognize the exemplary and dignified achievements each cadet has earned. May they invoke the power and courage to remain forever faithful to the U.S. Army values in which they will bear true allegiance to our nation's most sacred document, the U.S. Constitution, as well as maintain the integrity and honor necessary to lead this great nation to victory. God bless our cadets, their families, our friends. God bless America. Amen.
Oh.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Captain Getman, Hofstra ROTC Color Guard, and Cadet Montiel. Now for a short history of Hofstra University ROTC. Hofstra University, founded in 1935 as Long Island's first co-educational and private non-affiliated liberal arts college, is located in Hempstead, New York, a large and diverse suburb in Nassau County. The Army Reserve Officers Training Course, ROTC Battalion, currently named Culper Battalion, has been producing Army leaders on campus since 1951. Once located in Roosevelt Hall, the ROTC Battalion and its cadre were moved in 2000 from the densely populated academic area on South Campus to North Campus on Oak Street. Currently, 60 cadets are enrolled in this voluntary program, which includes the host, Hofstra University, and extension, Stony Brook University, and 8 crosstown colleges and universities to include Adelphi, Farmingdale, Malloy, Nassau, Old Westbury, LIU, Suffolk, and St. Joseph. Leadership traits, military tactics, and physical fitness are stressed for all cadets to ensure highly competent officers upon commissioning. Many former Hofstra Army ROTC commissioned officers have served their country with honor and distinction during the past 65 years through peace and conflict. Culper Battalion and the ROTC program at Hofstra University are proud to be a part of our nation's defense. At this time, I would like to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Colleen Bergmaster. Lieutenant Colonel Bergmaster entered service in Military Police Corps in 2003 and has served a variety of assignments throughout her career, both on active duty and in the Army Reserve. Most recently, after her promotion to Lieutenant Colonel, she was selected as the Deputy G4 412th Theater Engineering Command in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Some of her military awards and decorations include the Meritorious Service Medal, Army Commendation Medal, and the Army Reserve Components Overseas Training Ribbon. Lieutenant Colonel Bergmaster is currently assigned as a professor of military science, Hofstra University. Please take the time to read Lieutenant Colonel Bergmaster's full biography in your program. Please welcome Lieutenant Colonel Bergmaster.
Good morning, Major General Christian, faculty and staff, cadre, family and friends of the Culper Battalion. Welcome again to Spring 2021 Commissioning Ceremony. On behalf of the Army ROTC cadre, it is a privilege to congratulate these men and women before you on their commissioning. This moment in your lives marks great accomplishment. Each one of you are citizen soldiers who possess the attributes necessary to be leaders and serve the community and the nation. University faculty and staff, I want to thank you for your support of our program by educating these cadets to become critical thinkers who are prepared to take the complex challenges of the Army faces today and in the future. Family and friends, these cadets have worked hard over the last 4 years, and we appreciate your support you have given them over the years that have led them to grow and accomplish their goals. In addition, I would like to thank the ROTC cadre for your time, dedication, and selfless service that each of you have given to coach, teach, and mentor our cadets. To these newly commissioned lieutenants, congratulations on all you have accomplished over the past 4 years and on your commissioning. For the last 4 years, you've gone the extra mile, literally. While your roommates and classmates were able to sleep in or hang out with your friends, you had to awaken at dawn to participate in physical training, labs, field training exercises, Ranger Challenge, combat water survival training, and recruiting and fundraising events. You have challenged your bodies and your mind and become mentally and physically prepared to be an officer in the United States Army. I know that each one of you will serve the country with honor and represent the officer corps with distinction. You will soon take the oath to be a soldier, and I celebrate with you on this important day as you join these traditions and vow to support and defend the United States Constitution. Today is the day you accept that obligation of a second lieutenant and adjust your perception from being a cadet to being a professional and a leader of our nation's finest men and women. A new lieutenant must understand that a commission is never given lightly. It must be earned and deserved. From this day forward, you will now complete the mission and make a difference in the world. Always remember, the nation expects a living depiction of the highest standards of moral and ethical behavior. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker. Major General Christian is a graduate of Niagara University and the Senior ROTC program. Major General Christian entered the service in the Engineer Corps in 1983. He assumed duties as the Deputy Chief of Staff, United States Army Training and Doctrine on 23 October 2020. As the TRADOC Deputy Chief of Staff, he is the advisor and principal assistant to the TRADOC Deputy Commanding General, Chief of Staff, and serves as the Senior Coordinator of Staff Actions with TRADOC headquarters, subordinate centers, schools, and agencies. He assured the strategic analysis and decision support for the TRADOC Commanding General and Deputy Commanding General. Major General Christian has served in a variety of assignments over his extensive career. Prior to his arrival at Fort Eustis, he was assigned as the Deputy Commanding General for Sustainment, 8th Army Headquarters, Camp Humphreys, Republic of Korea. I had the privilege to serve with Major General Christian while he was assigned as the commanding general and the deputy commanding general of operations at the 412th Theater Engineer Command in Vicksburg, Mississippi. While deployed in Iraq in 2005, Major General Christian served as a senior combatant advisor to the 3rd Iraqi Infantry Brigade, 5th Infantry Division, as part of the initial ground war. Major General Christian's civilian business experience spans a diverse portfolio of companies. He has served in information technology and business management leadership positions with significant international responsibility. Throughout Major General Christian's career, he has received various military awards and decorations to include 3 Legions of Merit and 1 Bronze Star Medal. His formal military training includes capstone, joint professional military education training, and he holds 2 master's degrees, a Master's of Arts of Strategic Studies from the Army War College and a Master's of Science degree in Organizational Leadership from Regis University. Major General Christian represents the first generation of his family to have served in the military. He and his wife Donna have 2 sons. The oldest is a civil affairs team chief, and their youngest recently enlisted into the Army. Please welcome Major General Christian.
Well, Colleen, I didn't realize they did all that stuff. Holy smokes. When you put it like that, I really got to think about it. Hey, good morning. Great venue we have here today. And of course, it's nice and warm here in Long Island. So thank you all for coming. Good morning, Culper Battalion.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir.
All right, let's try that again. Good morning, Culper Battalion.
Good morning, sir.
There you go. Hey, thank you for the opportunity to be with you today and share in what is no doubt a remarkable event. Thank you to your families and friends and educators who all made this possible. First, let me start with a sincere thank you to the cadre of the Culper ROTC Battalion led by Colleen Bergmaster and Master Sergeant Vedder. So thank you for all your hard work. The cadre train and mentor 65 cadets on a daily basis, and specifically 15 that are being commissioned today. Today, of course, marks a special day in your lives and your parents and your family's lives. It is a culmination of hard work and your dedication. You simultaneously completed a full academic schedule while learning all your new military skills and values and your role as a future Army leader. You chose a demanding yet rewarding path, something very few college graduates do. You are among a small group of professionals ready to lead our soldiers. You will guide those entrusted to you under your leadership through both peaceful and challenging times. Your analytical skills will be required to make some tough decisions. You will be challenged to your full potential. And while this may sound like a daunting career path, don't fear. The path laid before you is very well traveled with many officers who have come before you. You are not alone, and you are indeed in very good company. So seek out senior mentor officers, learn from them, seek their advice, and benefit from their sage counsel. Since the Army's inception in 1775, we have been called upon to support our nation's national strategic interests and to protect our freedom and ask for leaders when leaders were needed. Throughout time, we answered the call, and today we call upon you. You waited 4 years to be called a second lieutenant in the United States Army. And guess what? Today, you are second lieutenants. Today isn't just about those getting commissioned, though. It's also about you, the family members. None of these officers got here on their own. Their success is not only a testament to their hard work, their character, their competency, their commitment, but it's also a testament to you, the family. It's a testament to your love and support and encouragement that you gave them. It is a testament to the values you have instilled in your soldier who now wears the United States Army uniform. I'm sure you're absolutely proud. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank you for trusting the United States Army with America's most sacred treasure, your sons and your daughters. Like you, my wife and I have a personal interest in your soldier's success. Like you, my son raised his right hand when he graduated from ROTC, and he chose to serve. You are now part of a shared experience that transcends generations as old as our nation. So now to the newest officers in the Army. And all I'm asking for is 5 minutes of your attention. Okay? Can you give me 5 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. You came from a variety of New York colleges, including Hofstra, where I had breakfast with some future cadets this morning. You arrived as civilians from all walks of life, but you chose to do something less than 0.5% of Americans chose to do or can do. You chose to answer the call. You chose to defend our founding fathers' vision of freedom and equality. So let me be clear, you are all extraordinary people. So let's talk a little about what's expected from a second lieutenant. Your cadre has given you the discipline, the tools, and the techniques to prepare you for your first assignment. But it doesn't end there. You will continue to be coached, taught, and mentored so that you can continue to become proficient at your trade craft. Never accept average. Always continue to improve your fighting position, and most especially continue to learn your craft every day that you are in uniform. We are, after all, a learning organization. Once you complete your basic officer leaders course, you'll be assigned to your first unit, and the learning continues. Be good with that. Be perfectly good with that. General Funk, the commander of training and doctrine command, always says we have a great responsibility in honoring those who came before us in service by leaving our Army jerseys in a better place while we have that opportunity. You now wear the jersey of the United States Army. You should be proud. Throughout history, generations of brave men and women have fought to keep evil at bay, and you are now wearing the jersey of that team. That is our team, the greatest team on earth, the United States Army. It's our job to continue that legacy of those who wore and continue to wear the cloth of our nation, and to add to that, the legacy when given the opportunity to be good stewards of the future. On your uniform, you wear the colors of the United States of America, red, white, and blue. And as such, soldiers of the United States of the Army represent both the Army in and out of uniform. Stay true to those colors and wear them as many before us have paid the ultimate price in service for our country. The colors that you now wear on your uniform. Now is your opportunity. This is your Army. You are now responsible for leading change and fostering a culture grounded in dignity and respect. Stay humble, stay kind, lead with empathy. In the Army, we own our culture. It is our responsibility to treat one another with dignity and respect. Most of all, take care of yourself, and more importantly, take care of one another. This is a people business, so invest time in building those relationships, and it will serve you quite well. So be positively intrusive. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Build the Army that you want to be a part of, and never forget that people are a team's asymmetric advantage. Lead with the 4 C's in mind: competence, commitment, character, and caring. As you prepare for your next assignment, I want you to remember the Army values and character and the integrity your cadre instilled in you from day one. Remember what it took to earn those gold bars that are going to be pinned on you today. They were not given, they were earned. Take those lessons to your next assignment and build upon them. Focus on Army Corps competencies, leading, developing, and achieving. Be the leader that you want to be led by. Lead change and foster culture grounded in dignity and respect. Build cohesive team and people that are highly trained, disciplined, and fit because they are most effective forces in combat. And in combat, winning does matter. You also need to know your soldiers. Learn their hopes, their dreams. Understand what makes them tick. What's important to them. Ask the tough questions. Have the hard conversations. Because after all, leadership is a contact sport and it requires a daily interaction. And finally, you need to do the right things even though no one is looking. Because almost assuredly someone is always looking. Most of all, remember there are 2 things that you own that only you can give away. And that is your character and that is your integrity. Do the right things and do them the right way. Always. Always. And your character and integrity will remain intact. But above all else, Never forget the lives and the destinies of the American sons and daughters, our nation's most sacred treasure. You are entrusted with their care and your leadership. Let's give them all a round of applause. Like I said, 5 minutes, right? So I'm going to finish the speech like I finish every speech. And I hit a little bit on this earlier. I'm going to go a little off script. Soon you're going to be commissioned. You did not get here on your own. Behind you is the family support that helped you achieve today's objective, which is becoming a commissioned officer in the United States Army. And somewhere in this crowd, there's a mom, a dad, an aunt, an uncle, a friend, whomever, even some in uniform, by the way, that helped you achieve this goal. You have one task when you're done at the ceremony today, and that is to thank them for their support. And don't ever forget that. It's because of them that we're allowed to serve in uniform. So I thank you for coming here today. Thank you for inviting me. And victory starts right here.
At this time, the commissioning class will present a small token of appreciation to Major General Christian.
Sorry. So we put together a little bag for you of Culper Battalion gear, including Washington Spies, autographed by the entire commissioning class. This is the story of our Culper Battalion, the Culper spy ring of our country, really. Great story. So, yes, it is, sir. So maybe we should have got a different book. You read it already. But I want to thank you for coming out to see us. So thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
In a few minutes, each cadet will take the oath of office, receive the pinning of their gold bars, and conduct the silver dollar salute. At any point of the ceremony, please feel free to move forward to take pictures. Military oaths date to ancient Rome, where soldiers pledged loyalty to a specific general for a specific campaign. By 100 BC, Rome established a professional military, and with it, an oath that covered a soldier's entire career. The first colonial oath was the Mayflower Compact in 1620. The oath of office for commissioned officers were first enacted by the Continental Congress on 21 October 1776. The first oath under the Constitution was approved by Act of Congress on 29 September 1789. It has undergone several modifications until the current version was adopted in 1959. In the United States Armed Forces today, officers take a solemn oath to the Constitution, the document that is the foundation of American freedom. This oath pledges the officer to support and defend freedom from all enemies and is the foundation of the profession upon which they are about to enter. This version of the oath of office can be found in your program. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise while Lieutenant Colonel Bergmaster administers the oath to David Blazin, Austin DeRosa, Jerome Duffy, Ryan Kwong, Melissa Medina, Tiffany Perullo, Abraham Sanja, Patrick Sharp, and David Zane.
I, David Blazin. I, Austin DeRosa. I, Jerome Duffy. I, Ryan Kwong.
I, Tiffany Perullo.
I, Abraham Sanja. I, Patrick Sharp. I, David Zhang.
Having been appointed officer in the Army of the United States.
Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States.
In the grade of second lieutenant.
In the grade of second lieutenant.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully discharge the office of, that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to be.
and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Please take your seats. It is an honored tradition that a newly commissioned second lieutenant proudly hands a shiny silver dollar to the first enlisted soldier who salutes him or her. The exact origin of the custom is arguable, but it probably began before the U.S. Armed Forces were organized British regiments stationed in colonial America, brought with them a number of customs and traditions that were retained by the newly formed American Armed Forces. For example, newly commissioned British officers were assigned an enlisted soldier to train them, teach them the regiment's history and traditions, and ensure that his equipment met appropriate standards. Grateful lieutenants often showed their heartfelt gratitude by informally compensating the enlisted soldier with a small sum of money. This custom continued to grow within the British military, and newly formed American units, American second lieutenants, in 1816 received a monthly base pay of $25, a $3 ration allowance, and $1 for an enlisted advisor. This advisor pay was later discontinued, but the responsibility for teaching the newly commissioned officers continued. The present day tradition is thought to have its roots in this relationship. Authorized by Congress on April 2nd, 1792, the silver dollar traditionally is the only coin given in exchange for the first salute. Soon to be second lieutenants go to great lengths to secure these silver dollar coins. The silver dollar coin represents more than its currency value. To every new officer, it has special significance. It represents the symbolic receipt of respect due the newly earned rank and position. It signifies a deep sense of gratitude of the new officer for the knowledge enlisted soldiers, especially non-commissioned officers, have passed on to them during their training. It's acknowledgement from one professional soldier to another saying, "Welcome to our service and to the profession of arms." The coin is an expression of respect shared together, as are all tasks and missions that are given together for the officer and soldier to perform. The values and ethics that are passed on to the newly commissioned officer are to be shared and remembered and to be passed on again when the time comes. Whatever is the origin of the silver dollar salute, it is now part of the symbolism of a soldier's love of duty and their respect for each other. And it strengthens their commitment and responsibility to serve their country. We will now individually recognize these lieutenants with their commissioning certificate, bar pinning ceremony, first salute, and awards. David Blazin of New York, New York, earned a BS in environmental design and planning. He will serve on active duty as a Signal Corps officer. Lieutenant Blazin will have his gold bars pinned on by his mother, Janine Blazin, his father, Lord Blazin, and his sister, Rachel Blazin. Second Lieutenant Blazon has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon Sergeant First Class Dylan Dupree. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant David Blazon.
All the incredible cadre at the program for inspiring me, and all my fellow lieutenants for helping push me and challenge me along the way. I wouldn't be what I am without them.
Austin DeRosa of Holbrook, New York, earned a BE in civil engineering and will serve on active duty as an engineering officer. Lieutenant DeRosa will have his gold bars pinned on by his father, Jerry DeRosa, his mother, Jill DeRosa, and his sister, Celeste DeRosa. Second Lieutenant DeRosa has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon his uncle, Master Sergeant Retired Jeffrey DeRosa. The PMS and SMI will now present Second Lieutenant DeRosa with a certificate recognizing him for earning the Distinguished Military Student Award. The Distinguished Military Student Award is earned by a graduate that ranks in the top third of their graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Austin DeRosa.
My family, my mom, my sister, my dad, my girlfriend Katie for her support, my uncle for supporting me over the last how many years, watching me grow up. He was in the Army, real motivation for me to join. Of course, I'd like to thank the cadre and staff of Culper Battalion for making this a great 4 years, and the other cadets of the program, and of course, my fellow commissionees for making this an exciting 4 years. Thank you.
Jerome Duffy of Garden City Park, New York, earned a BA in economics and will serve on active duty as a field artillery officer. Lieutenant Duffy will have his gold bars pinned on by his father, Thomas Duffy, his mother, Natsuko Kakuta, and his brother, Taro Duffy. Second Lieutenant Duffy has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon his friend, Lance Corporal Alan Princeton. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Jerome Duffy.
Friends for being here, for supporting me. And thank you to all the cadre, staff, and Major General for being here. And thank you to all my peers, soon to be second lieutenants, for helping me and supporting me, being my friend throughout the program. Thank you.
Ryan Kwong of Homedale, New Jersey, earned a BA in psychology with a second major political science. He will serve in the Army Reserves as an engineering officer. Lieutenant Kwong will have his gold bars pinned on by his mother, Pam Kwong, his father, Theodore Kwong, and his brother, Aiden Kwong. Second Lieutenant Kwong has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon his friend, Sergeant Matthew Rowe. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Ryan Kwong.
First, I'd like to thank God for all of my blessings. I'd like to thank Major General Christian for coming, Lieutenant Colonel and Cadre for enabling me to become a successful leader. I'd like to thank my family and friends who supported me along the way. I'd like to thank Mr. Mazides. Finally! And of course, my peers who helped me along the way. It's been a ride. Thank you.
Melissa Medina of Blandon, Pennsylvania, earned a BS in athletic training. She will serve in the Army National Guard as a medical services officer. Lieutenant Medina will have her gold bars pinned on by her mother, Erica Medina, her father, Gus Medina, and her sister, Hannah Medina. Second Lieutenant Medina has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon Master Sergeant Robert Vetter. The PMS and SMSI will now present Second Lieutenant Medina with a certificate recognizing her for earning the Distinguished Military Student Award. The Distinguished Military Student Award is earned by graduates that rank in the top third of their graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Melissa Medina.
Did it?
Tiffany Peru Lowe of Kings Park, New York, earned a BS in Security Systems and will serve in the New York National Guard as a military intelligence officer. Lieutenant Peru Lowe will have her gold bars pinned on by her father, Anthony Peru Lowe, mother, Laura Peru Lowe, her brother, Anthony Peru Lowe, and her sister, Allison Smith. Second Lieutenant Peru Lowe has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon Staff Sergeant Eric Farina. PMS and SMI will now present Second Lieutenant Peru Lowe with a certificate recognizing her for earning the Distinguished Military Graduate Award. The Distinguished Military Graduate Award is earned by a graduate that ranks in the top 20% of the National Order of Merit list and the top third of their graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Tiffany Peru Lowe.
HHC for the 142nd of the National Guard. I wanted to thank Mr. Macedas, the cadre, and my peers for all the support over the years. I wouldn't have done it without all of you. Thank you.
Abraham Sanja of Forest Hills, New York, earned a BS in biology with a second major of history and will serve on active duty as a field artillery officer. Lieutenant Sanja will have his gold bars pinned on by his father, Daniel Sanja, and his mother, Elise Jaffe. Second Lieutenant Sanjay Second Lieutenant Sanjay has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon Master Sergeant Robert Vetter. The PMS and SMSI will now present Second Lieutenant Sanjay with a certificate recognizing him for earning the Distinguished Military Graduate Award. The Distinguished Military Graduate Award is earned by graduates that rank in the top 20% of the National Order of Merit list and the top third of their graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Abraham Sanjay.
I'd like to thank the program cadre and staff for making this all possible, my parents for their encouragement throughout the years, and my colleagues for helping my time in the program to really fly by. Thank you.
Patrick Scharf of Mount Sinai, New York, earned a BA in political science with a second major in history and will serve on active duty as an armor officer. Lieutenant Scharf will have his gold bars pinned on by his father, Robert Scharf, his mother, Susan Scharf, and his brother, Brendan Scharf. Second Lieutenant Scharf has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon Master Sergeant Robert Vetter. The PMS and SMSI will now present Second Lieutenant Scharf with a certificate recognizing him for earning the Distinguished Military Graduate Award. The Distinguished Military Graduate Award is earned by graduates that rank in the top 20% of the National Order of Merit list and the top third of their graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Patrick Scharf.
Way too many people to thank. Obviously, all the cadre of Culper Battalion, present and past, all of my peers, Mr. Macedas back there. Who else is pulling me? God. And I also, my parents. Major General Christian for coming, the Armor Museum for having us, which is amazing. And I want to also say that I promise to use my rank to serve others and not myself. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony.
David Zhang of Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, earned a BE in electrical engineering with a second major in applied math and statistics, and will serve on active duty as a field artillery officer. Lieutenant Zhang will have his gold bars pinned on by his father, Hong Tao Zhang, his mother, Su Ping Huang, and his sister, Nancy Zhang. Second Lieutenant Zhang has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon Master Sergeant Robert Vetter. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant David Zhang.
Padre for your dedication, and finally my peers. You did it, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise while Major Vaz administers the oath to cadets Alexander Chamberry, William Yasso, Nicholas Ferraro, Jung Yong Kim, and Mir Javelin Kurbanov.
I, Alexander Jamberry. I, William Yasso. I, William Kim. I, Richard Long. Grade of second lieutenant. Solemnly swear. Support the Constitution of the United States. All enemies, foreign and domestic. Bear true faith and allegiance to the state. Take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of my son. So help me God.
Please take your seats. We will now individually recognize these lieutenants with their commissioning certificate, bar pinning ceremony, first salute, and awards. Alexander Chamberry of Ramsey, New Jersey, earned a BA in economics and was served in the North Carolina National Guard as an engineering officer. Lieutenant Chamberry will have his gold bars pinned on by his stepfather, Brian Zagaro, and his mother, Tammy Zagaro. Second Lieutenant Chamberry has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon Master Sergeant Robert Vetter. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Alexander Chamberry.
I just want to thank my family, my girlfriend Jessica for supporting me for everything. I want to thank the cadre for teaching us, giving us hard love, hard education. I want to thank my peers and fellow lieutenants for being good friends through the whole process. So thank you, everybody.
Nicholas Ferraro of Comac, New York, earned a BS in criminal justice and was served in the reserves as a military intelligence officer. Lieutenant Ferraro would have his gold bars pinned on by his father, Joseph Ferraro, his mother, Denise Ferraro, and his sister, Isabella Ferraro. Second Lieutenant Ferraro has bestowed the honor of the first salute upon his grandfather, Corporal Retired Philip Romano. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Nicholas Ferraro.
Thank you to everyone for coming. Thank you to the Elementary for hosting us. I want to say thank you to my mom, dad, my grandpa, grandma, my girlfriend Sophia for making this all happen and supporting me throughout my career. I want to thank the cadre, Christian for coming, and thank you to all my peers for helping me throughout everything, especially this year.
William Yasso of Port Jefferson, New York, earned a BA in history and was served on active duty as an infantry officer. Lieutenant Yasso will have his gold bars pinned on by his father, Peter Yasso, his mother, Joanne Yasso, his sister, Christine Yasso, and his brother, Joseph Yasso. Second Lieutenant Yasso has bestowed the first salute upon his friend, Specialist Jeffrey Yee. Yes, and SMI will now present Second Lieutenant Yasso with a certificate recognizing him for earning the Distinguished Military Student Award. The Distinguished Military Student Award is earned by a graduate that rank in the top third of their graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant William Yasso.
my family, my friends, our cadre for instructing us all through this and really building us up as officers and building our character. And of course, Mr. Masitas, how can I forget? It feels like just yesterday that I was 17 years old walking into your office for the first time at Oak Street.
Yeah, I know it feels like forever, yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like just yesterday. Time flies.